are part of the Nuckols Farm Marine Animal Stranding Center. As an Animal Stranding Center today, you all are going to be working in teams to help solve some of these problems as marine biologists and stranding members.
Thank you for calling the Marine Animal Stranding Center. What can I help you with?
I'm hoping you can help me. I'm calling from Virginia Beach. My wife and I were taking a walk along the beach early this morning, and we got close to our hotel and noticed something really large at the edge of the shore. And we thought it might be some chairs and trash that were left behind, but we got closer and knew on that. Bottlenose dolphins. There are 5. No, wait a minute. I think there might be 6 of them. It's kind of a bad situation.
Thank you for calling the Marine Animal Stranding Center.
Thank you so much for helping. Thanks for taking out some help.
All right, stranding team. So we got our first call, and we've got to get out there and see exactly what is on the scene. The students are introduced to a scene that they've never encountered before. There are dolphins that have different issues. Some have cut fins, some are entangled in fishing nets, some of them have trash attached to them, and their job is to really take data on what is happening to their specific dolphin in their student teams. All right, nice teamwork. After they view all of the external conditions and take notes on that, we go back to the lab, and there they're introduced to a necropsy. Your dolphin, and we're going to look at different contents that we found with the internal conditions of your dolphin. So they have objects that simulate different parts of the dolphin. So they have a bag that represents the abdomen of the dolphin, and they observe what contents are inside of them. They have a bag that contains a tooth of their dolphin. So they are able to count the rings inside the tooth to see how old their dolphin is. They're taking a look at a blubber sample to see if there are any parasites present in the lungs, and they're taking notes on all of those things. These worm-like things are actually parasites that are in your dolphin's stomach. As a team, they have to take all of this evidence and really come up with a diagnosis of what happened to their dolphin.
It just taught me really about what animals are eating, that are like just how animals behave from what humans do, and why they do it and why we need to stop.
Actually, one of my classmates said that plastic is actually harder to recycle. So we talked about like different things that you can recycle and what you shouldn't recycle and stuff like that.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Cameron, and I'm visiting your classroom from the Marine Mammal Center here in Sausalito, California.
In teams, we Skyped with an animal stranding center to get a little bit more information about what goes on at an actual stranding center, what are some common problems that happen to sea animals, and then from there, they take all of that information and they start their research.
And we can see.
This particular class went on with a research web quest. So they went to different animal stranding sites. They looked at common viruses that dolphins might have, different issues that are going on with the ocean, plastics, all of those different common problems that animal stranding teams and marine biologists are seeing. They actually wrote a pathology report as a team to explain exactly, what their experience was. They talked about the external and internal conditions of their dolphin, and then as a team, they came up with a diagnosis. And one of the biggest parts of this was explaining to my students that science demands evidence. So there may not have been exactly one particular answer that they had to solve. They had to just come up with that answer together and back that up and justify it with evidence. So after their pathology report was finished, they wanted to present all of this research and this entire experience with the community and educate the community about the problems that animals are facing in the ocean and what we can do about it, and also just explain their experience with this stranding project. Thank you so much for coming to our 5th annual Dolphin Conference. They, as teams, got together. They used their pathology report and their research as a guide. We educated our community about what was happening and different issues that our environment is facing and what we can do next as a community.